InsideFoos presents the world's #1 foosball podcast, FoosTalk Live.
I'm feeling pretty good because I was getting a little hangry there for a minute. I was feeling for Mark. I hadn't eaten in like 2 hours, but I whipped myself up some waffles, put some strawberries on them, a little bit of cinnamon, and dredged it in some syrup. So I'm feeling much better now.
Was there butter too? Clay went out to have steak earlier.
This was the best steak I've had probably since 2014, 2013 maybe.
I got this one move I do where I throw a punch if I use an elbow instead. But I'd hit all three of you right now.
It's FoosTalk Live.
You talking to me?
Compelling and lively banter.
Are you going to talk to us?
Talking foosball.
Foosball was how I measured my value as a man. You took that away.
Players and fans, promoters and pros. Unedited and raw.
Talk.
Living in the moment.
We have a lot of important things to talk about.
All while practicing social distancing.
Cool. We'll talk. No big whoop.
Let's get this thing started. FoosTalk Live. Yes, we are coming to you live from the studios of InsideFoos. My name is Tom Robinson. And, I have an explanation. Earlier this evening in Upstate New York, it's March, by the way, spring weather prevented us from actually going live at our usual 9 o'clock Eastern time. And so, as a consequence, the power just came back on here in Upstate New York, albeit there was a tree down and some fire and some other things happening in the area, although we're still safe and sound. But this evening's episode is actually not going to occur. So Jim and Adam and Mark and Clay all pass along their best wishes to you. And we also want to send along congratulations to everybody who played in the Battle of the Mountains tournament this weekend. Next weekend, we will definitely be back, and we'll be giving you lots of information and lots of highlights about the upcoming Hall of Fame series, the Hall of Fame tournament, which is coming up in April. So in the meantime, we will have to call it a night for, so to speak, for FoosTalk Live this time around. What would have been the 103rd episode will air next week at its usual time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. That is provided we still have power at that time. And of course, in upstate New York this time of the year, you just never know. Well, again, I do appreciate your patience this week. We have nothing for you necessarily to listen to as far as the full download is concerned, but it is coming back next week on FoosTalk Live here from the InsideFoos studios. Hopefully, they'll still remain standing. We'll just wait and see. At any rate, thank you so much for your patience and your understanding this week. We will be back next week with FoosTalk Live. Stick around now. We do have the FoosTalk Live Beat to bring you. Of course, all the latest, greatest tournaments that are heading your way very soon. Again, thanks for your patience, and thanks for downloading at least this part of FoosTalk Live. InsideFoos presents the world's #1 foosball tournaments podcast,
are
everywhere. FoosTalk Live proudly presents a weekly update of the events near you with the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat. Here's what's up. East Coast foosball players proudly present the Foos in New Hampshire Hall of Fame Warm-Up Tournament, April 2nd at Yankee Lanes, 216 Maple Street, Manchester, New Hampshire. It's the Foosball Hall of Fame Classic, April 6th through the 10th at the Golden Nugget, 129 East Fremont Street, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the 2022 Oklahoma State Championships, April 22nd through the 24th at Magoo's, 5002 South Memorial, Tulsa, Oklahoma. There comes the first 518 Foosball Club Monster Smashdown Limited. Swiss format, April 23rd at Trickshots Billiards and Wicked Eatery, Clifton Park, New York. Register in advance at 518 Foosball Group Facebook page, limited to 24 players. That same weekend, the GFB Foosball Tournament, April 23rd. GFB Scottish Pub, 32 Old Orchard Street, Old Orchard Beach, New Hampshire. It's the $10,000 Florida State Championships, April 28th through May 1st at the Holiday Inn, St. Petersburg North, 3535 Ulmerton Road, Clearwater, Florida. Later this summer, it's the 2022 ITSF World Cup and World Championships, June 28th through July 2nd in Nantes, France. It's the 2022 National Championship North American Cup, July 20th through July 24th. It's been moved to the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Get set for the first annual Ozark Open, Sunday, August 15th, 2588 North Gregg Street, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Each week, we do our best to give you the most up-to-date listing of foosball tournaments near you. If you have an event you would like to add, send us all the details at info@foosballradio.com. Tune in every week for the FoosTalk Live Foosball Beat. FoosTalk Live is a product of InsideFoos, all rights reserved. Brought to you in part by InsideFoos.com, Protectoflex, Rodlock, 518 Prince, Foosballers the Movie, the USTSO, and Foosball Clubs USA. Tune in again next week for another episode of FoosTalk Live. In the meantime,
We'll see you foozin'.